Hello and welcome to this Tales from the Hangar Aircraft Rarities episode about the Britten Norman Mainliner. It's an interesting project and I remember seeing photographs in magazines many years ago about it. So making this episode was really enjoyable, trying to find out more about it, and trust me, there's very little published about it. Britten Norman, most of you know, still make the excellent Islander aircraft, and this is in fact the last British airliner made. Okay, it's small but still in production in the UK. And I'll let you digest that for a second and think about all what came before. So the story starts in 1972. Fairey Britten Norman carried out a feasibility study on a 3-engine Rolls-Royce Dart-powered short-haul passenger transport aircraft. It was aimed at replacing aircraft like the Fairchild C119 and the Bristol Freighter. The Mainlander production would be based at BN Partners Fairey's Gooselies plant in Belgium, and it was the first Britten Norman design to carry the Fairey name. Fairey at the time were a subcontractor for BN and wanted to use the factory to manufacture their own aircraft. An advance notice for the design was even sent to the Federal Aviation Administration in America in early December 1972. If positive, deliveries could begin early in 1976. This would also depend on adequate Belgian government funding. Other governments that wished to participate in the programme would also be welcomed on a co-production basis. John Britten and Desmond Norman did not expect any British government assistance, however. The Mainlander was going to be a £62,000 aircraft capable of carrying 100 passengers or 10 tonnes of freight over 250 miles at a cruise speed of 200 knots. It would have a low wing loading of 34 pounds per square foot. This loading is sufficient to give it under standard conditions a balanced takeoff distance of about 800 yards. And in this respect the Mainlander would fall between the characteristics of the Islander and Trilander light airliners. The primary markets for the aircraft would consider to be countries with undeveloped civil and military aviation sectors. The cost per passenger mile should be slightly higher than that of the F-27. The layout of the Mainlander was closely related to the much smaller Trilander, which demonstrated good handling qualities and minimal change in pitch balance with the centre engine running. Designed as a short takeoff and landing aircraft that by utilising the low wing loading is capable of operating from unprepared runways. Approach speeds varies in a straight line from approximately 65 knots at a landing weight of 32,000 pounds to 88 knots at maximum weight. The aircraft's cargo hold was designed to load and accommodate standard shipping containers weighing 31,300 pounds. The Mainlander's design was extremely simple. The aircraft's fuselage would be unpressurised and the cargo hold would be larger than that of the Hercules, and that's 55 feet long, 12 feet 6 inches wide, 11 feet 9 inches at floor level, and 8 foot 6 inches high. Loading and unloading with 3 doors opening the full width of the fuselage. The aircraft's landing gear is fixed and each main landing gear strut is fitted with 2 low pressure wheels. Fairey Britten Norman's policy was to go after the markets that required less sophisticated aircraft. That decision was made to be driven by the use of trusty old Dart turboprop, which Norman said at the time, without doubt the most reliable turboprop engine in the required power range. With the Mainlander aircraft, Desmond Norman was ready to exchange not too brilliant characteristics for reliability. He also said never build a new plane with a new engine. Most of the potential operators of the aircraft would have Dart-powered engined aircraft like the Vickers Viscount, F-27 and HS-748. Other engine types could be installed on customer request. And the cost of a new Mainlander aircraft would set you back an estimated £850,000. And on that note, it's where I finish. It never came about due to finance, market changes and forces, and of course a lack of orders. British Air Ferries were, as far as I know, the only ones that showed any real interest. And okay, it did look like a Lego aircraft, but it was innovative in a simplistic way with a realistic ambitions by a sound manufacturer. And it was another interesting cargo aircraft from the British aircraft industry. Okay, it never came about, but was worthy of its story being told. And I do wonder what happened to the model that's featured in some of the photographs on this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, subscribe or share. Please leave a comment, as always appreciated. And thank you for watching.